Creating your own Bible color scheme is a great way to grow in maturity and take your Bible studies to the next level. However, it can feel a bit overwhelming when it comes to selecting your own color scheme, especially if you've been browsing through hundreds of different color schemes and they all seem to have good ideas. In today's video, I'm going to give you some simple principles and an overriding philosophy that will help you to create your own Bible color marking scheme. Let's dive in. Simple is better. That's the overriding philosophy that I believe in when it comes to creating your own Bible color scheme. And there's a good reason for this. Simple color schemes are easier to put into action, to learn from, to adapt, and to grow as well. When you try and do a really complicated color scheme, then you can spend more time just trying to remember the color scheme than actually using it. So that's why I really believe in starting simple. In fact, that's the first principle that we're going to start with. Start small. Choose only 5 colors at most when you begin, rather than having 50. With fewer colors, it makes it a lot easier to get started, to remember them, and to put this into practice. Also, you can expand upon these colors in the future as you learn what works, what doesn't work, what themes are missing, and so on. Related to that last point, use distinct colors. You don't want to be using 50 shades of green and struggling to remember, wait, what's different between this green and that green? Instead, you want to have one green and you want to have one blue. That makes it a lot easier to remember which color is which. It also spends less time debating which of these pens is this color, which of the ones is that one. And also it's clearer when you look at the page of the Bible. Of course, this is green, it means this theme. The next principle is that you should make your color scheme personal. And this applies to both the themes that you choose and also the colors. So let's start with themes. So when it comes to themes, we need to acknowledge that we are different people, we're at different stages of our lives, and God is saying different things to us. And this comes out in the type of themes that we're going to look at and that we're going to pay attention to. And that's a problem with using someone else's colour scheme. They're dictating the themes to you that you should pay attention to. When you set your own colour scheme, you can highlight certain themes, certain topics, certain trends that are relevant to you now. This can cause problems because in the future maybe you're going to look at different topics and different themes, and so it's a good idea to put a key at the start of a paper Bible to show what themes you're looking at. And if you change theme as you use your Bible, you may want to put a second key in there, and then you can mark at the bottom of the page what theme you were using. That's a way to get round the barrier of changing themes. When it comes to colours, there are some common associations that people have with certain colours. For example, red can be associated with anger. However, it can also be associated with love. So even though there are these common associations, people may be drawn to one association over another. And you may think of one of those more than the other one. And that can influence the colour that you should choose for your theme. So think about which association matters to you, which is the stronger association, and use that to guide your colour choice as well. The final principle is to change as you grow. If you start with a small and simple colour scheme, you can add more colours later on. Some themes may turn out to not be so relevant later on in your life, and you may want to change that theme, perhaps because you've looked at it a lot, or there's another theme that is more important for you. When you choose a simple colour scheme, you can either add to it or you can adapt it. And that is why I believe in this overarching principle of a smaller, simpler colour scheme that you can change and grow with. So I hope that's been useful for you. I'd love to know your feedback. You could leave a comment telling me what principles guide your choice when it comes to making a Bible colour scheme. And in a future video, I'm going to share a simple colour scheme that you can use and adapt and personalise for yourself. So subscribe to make sure that you don't miss that.